What's up, everybody? Zach here with the Nerd Cave. Today it's Tuesday. That means we're getting some car thoughts. I'm excited, guys. Hope y'all are having a fantastic start to your day. I'm excited. It's a new week. We're already into it. Today's going to be a great day. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Um, it's easy to forget. It's easy, trust me, it's easy to forget. But it's going to be a good day. We've got a lot of cool stuff going on at the Nerd Cave this week. We have regular show tonight. We're playing some games, hanging out, chatting. I enjoyed last week. The Star Wars trivia thing was really, really cool. We're going to be doing more of that. We're going to do some live rankings. Not tonight, but we're going to be doing more of that kind of stuff within the regular streams and everything. So Thursday, we have Nerd Cave News, of course, 7 p.m. Central Time. And I love, because it's car thoughts, these are thoughts that's happening in the car. I love when people think that they can get past me and go faster, but then the other lane is way slower, and it's like, ha, you dummy. That's just me. I don't know if y'all feel the same way, but it's like you're not going to get any faster because I can only go as fast as the person in front of me. It just annoys the crap out of me, and it's like, sorry, dude. And yes, have I been the slow person in front of them before? Absolutely, because again, it goes back to everybody sucks at driving. This dude to my right now sucks at driving. He thinks he's part of the Indy 500. He thinks he's Mario Andretti. Well, I hate to break it to him. He's not. He's not Mario Andretti. And I feel like it's my civic duty to almost make it where he can get past me. But I don't even have to try because the traffic is the way it is right now. So that's my little petty thoughts and car thoughts. That's a little segment today. Petty thoughts with Zach. It could be like Richard Petty. Just have like a big old picture of Richard Petty showing up. Petty thoughts. If you don't know who Richard Petty is, go look him up. Now I love that person's like 4 car lengths behind me. I'm not petty, guys. I'm not petty. I am petty on this one. So anyway, Tuesday, car thoughts. I'm excited for this. Like last week's did really well. We talked about smart brevity for a while. Just kind of catch everybody up on like how that's going. I've been using it a lot for work and communications, and it has made things so much easier and clearer. It's been a game changer, like absolute game changer. And it's not like every communication is that way, but when it is giving someone instructions, it has been a lifesaver. So I highly suggest going and looking at like what smart brevity is. Like if you are communicating information a lot, and if you want more of a dive into what smart brevity is, go look at last week's video. I dive really deep into that. That's why the whole reason is called You Suck at Communicating. And I think people are like car thoughts are just kind of just a flow of mind. That's literally why I talked about that person sucking at driving. It's just a flow of mind. So some people are like, oh, I thought this was going to be just like you suck at communicating. This is how you get better. And most of it was. But nonetheless, it did really well last week, and I'm excited that it's doing well. It's the best car thoughts that we've had so far, which is pretty dope. So today, I kind of want to talk about AI. Bum, bum, bum. And if I edited these, it would be like zoom in, dramatic music with a shock face, something like that. But I'm not going to edit this. That's the style of these videos. So last week, ChatGPT put out their new model 4.0, and it's absolutely free, which I think was very, very interesting. I want to talk about that. But they put out ChatGPT 4.0. It is their most powerful and versatile GPT model that they have out now. And there were a lot of new features introduced. Some of them are still rolling out and everything. But 4.0 is even better than ChatGPT 4. So I'm actually going to be canceling my ChatGPT subscription because I needed it for certain things. So I'm going to be canceling my subscription so I can just use the best model, which is now free. But they already had like a language where you could like talk to it and everything vocally, but this is so much better. A lot of people have called the new voice, which I think is called Sky or something like that, flirtatious and everything, and everyone's comparing it to the Joaquin Phoenix movie Her. And I can see some of the concerns and some of the comparisons and everything. But what I think is very interesting is you can have a conversation back and forth and work through your ideas. And I was watching, I think it's Pirate Software. He's a streamer over on TikTok. He's on YouTube all over the place in shorts and everything. But he was talking about rubber duck coding. And what that is when you're coding and you have a problem, you have a little rubber duck on your desk and you talk about your problem. And talking through your problem helps you understand how to solve your problem. So that's kind of how I'm looking at this ChatGPT 4.0 model. I'm just going to call it 4.0, where it's like you can walk through your problem verbally instead of like having to think about it, try to translate it into text, you typing it out and everything, and you thinking that, oh, well, I have to speak a certain way to get ChatGPT to do certain things, which you do. You do have to use a certain language and everything, but having it where it is you just talking is a huge game changer, especially for people that don't understand prompts for ChatGPT, which I think prompts are a huge, huge thing that people don't understand and don't utilize to their best. But being able to chat vocally with, conversationally with 4.0 is huge. I actually chatted with 4.0 going to work the other day. I was working on a script, still working on it, for a video about PlayStation, and on my way to work, I was just like, I'm going to try this out. And I literally told it what I wanted to accomplish, and I started feeding it information, and we would go back and forth talking about the script, the idea, and everything. And it was really cool. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But it was a way quicker way than me having to type everything out. I was literally driving, like I'm right now, just having a conversation and just telling it all the things, and it being able to take that and then turn it into something that could be useful. The flow of consciousness was being turned into something that could be made into a video. So I thought that was really cool. There are a lot of interesting things. I got it to start teaching me Japanese, which I would love to learn. And again, it was very upfront. It was like, you should use something like Rosetta Stone or Duolingo to practice and learn. 100% agree with that, because it will go over some words with you and it will listen to your pronunciation and everything, which I think is really, really cool. And I think we'll see a lot of startup language companies built off 4.0, 100%. It's not 100% there, though, because I kept saying something slightly wrong. And it was like, let's try that again. And the way it broke it down every time was about the same. And then about the fourth time, it started freaking out on me. It was like, like it was starting to hallucinate a little bit because it was having to do a repetitive task over and over. So it's not 100% there on that, But the implications of being able to take ChatGPT, which was already extremely powerful, put it where you can have a back and forth with it to really think out your ideas. And I know a lot of coders actually use ChatGPT to find issues, not necessarily write code, but to find issues within their code that is like breaking and everything. So that brings me to this point, and I know a lot of people have been afraid of this. A lot of people are scared to lose their job. And I think when it really comes down to this is, how are you using ChatGPT? How are you using AI? AI will replace people's jobs. That's literally, that just makes the most sense. I'm going to just be honest. ChatGPT will replace people's jobs. The thing that I want to say with that is ChatGPT cannot replace everyone's jobs. There are going to be businesses that think that ChatGPT can replace programmers. There was a AI that was put out a month or so ago that was billed as a all-in-one coding solution. You're not gonna have to hire a coder, anything like that. It absolutely sucks, and a lot of people started laying off their programmers, and now they're stuck with an AI that just doesn't work to their thing. So yes, people will lose their jobs to AI. The companies will learn very quickly that AI cannot replace people. What needs to be happening is people using AI to make the mundane and simple task easier. And I think that's super important to understand is when you take tasks that are easily repeatable, low stakes, those are great things for AI to work on. Something that if there's an error in it, it's not a big deal. Okay? But if it is where, okay, you're doing something for a client, you're programming something, and you're adding new features. If you are solely utilizing AI to do this, the risk is very high that this is going to blow up in your face. Yeah, because AI is not perfect. Humans aren't perfect. Humans built AI, and AI is scarily accelerating quickly. Accelerating quickly. It's accelerating to this degree where it's leaps and bounds. It is absolutely insane what is going on in the world of AI, but it's not perfect. It hallucinates. It makes up data. It makes up things. And when it's cool when it makes up things, that's awesome, but it's frustrating when it's small details that it can't get right. So when people use AI exclusively for high risk things, let's say you're coding an update to a piece of software and it's, widely used, and that code is written entirely by AI without anyone to check it and make sure that it actually works, that's where you're going to run into issues. But pulling data sets, doing scraping, and then taking all that data and putting it into sheets or breaking down that data into a quick digestible way, that's totally fine. Writing your books, anything like that, no. The creativity is only mimicking things at this point. You can use it as a writing assistant, as a grammar checker. You can use it in those ways if things make sense. But again, it comes back down to, what is the risk reward here? What is the ROI? And if it's simple, easy, repeatable task, that's totally fine. But when it is bigger task, that is where the issue is. And I was having a conversation with my coworker, Nick, and we were talking about AI. We've talked about AI a lot the last 2 weeks because of 4.0. And it's very interesting how all of AI has been built to like right now it's built to do the things that we enjoy doing. I think that's very interesting. The arts, podcasting, all of that. And yes, there are mundane tasks that it can do, but the showcasing ideas are always creative things, always things that we would love to do if we had the time. And I think that's because it's flashier. It's there to get people, venture capitalists, to invest in it, people to use it, to build study cases, to develop the AI even more. Midjourney is like made leaps and bounds. Sora is going to be very interesting. I don't think it's going to be as amazing as OpenAI has made it look. That was probably with a lot of work. It wasn't just creating the images, out the gate. So it's like really taking into consideration all of that. But where I really want to see AI is, we get past we're trying to be creative with it, and let's see it do the mundane things. Like, how awesome would it be to take footage, go through all the footage, and find the best parts? Man, that would save a few hours for a big shoot. All the B-roll, it's like all the stop starts and all of that. Oh, well, we found these parts. Boom, 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 boom. I already use AI a lot in my workflow for editing. I use it for multicam edits where it will read the different audio lines and switch cameras for that person. You've got to kind of build a lot of things within that. But I also use it to cut out dead air. I use it to make captions, things where I check it. I don't just go, well, there it is, because a lot of people will do that. And that's something that you have to constantly check with AI is you have to have a human look over it, or it is not going to be great. Let's just be honest. It's not going to be great. You have to look over AI and make sure that it's there. So if you are in an industry where you feel like AI is going to take over, here are my thoughts. Start learning how to use AI in your day-to-day work. How can it help you be more efficient and effective? Because when you do that, you are actually building yourself into an irreplaceable piece of that company. Because let's just be honest, any kind of company, I don't care what it is, unless you are a founder, and even then you can still get replaced. If you're not a founder or an integral part, you are replaceable. Even if you're a head of a department, you are replaceable. And that is just America. That's any place, really. You're replaceable. So if you become irreplaceable by using the technology to make you better, so you're not having to do, like, everybody has something in their job that they hate doing. I hate making shorts. We utilize AI to make shorts. Not completely, but we use AI to make shorts. And that being said, someone still checks over all of that. So why I'm saying all of this is, yes, AI is scary. Yes, there are a lot of implications of what humans are doing with AI. But don't be afraid to start trying to utilize it within your workflow, within the things that you're trying to do. If you've got a presentation, put it into ChatGPT to check grammar, check spelling, whatever it is. If you've got a speech, all of those things, like there are a lot of videos out there on describing how to do certain things. Don't let AI become the creative, though. I think that's where a lot of people that aren't creative are super excited for it. Like, man, I can make a logo like that. And that's cool, but that's not what it's meant to be. Like, I've used it for thumbnails, and I have to tweak the thumbnails, and I have to work on them and everything. It's not just oh, well, there's an image. Like, I won't use it always for thumbnails. I'll get ideas, and then if I have time, I will create a full thumbnail from that, just from the idea, and then I will get pieces and parts for it. So the next thing, I just want to jump on this with the money side of things. With 4.0 being completely free for everybody, you don't have to have the premium subscription anymore unless you want to build bots. I think that's the only difference, is if you want to build your own bots, you have to have the premium side of things. Sam Atwell, the creator of OpenAI, like, he's even said multiple times that, I don't even know how to make ChatGPT profitable. Like, he said that. He's like, but eventually we'll just ask ChatGPT and it'll tell us how to make it profitable. And that's very interesting. Nick and I have talked about this a few times. And I think we're going to get to a place where businesses are totally built off of ChatGPT. I'm talking about like software that is completely built off of OpenAI's API. If you don't know what that means, it's just like the digital language where people can build a piece of code, a piece of software off of a huge component of what ChatGPT is. So it will talk to ChatGPT and then it will give whatever information. That's what an API is. Very common in technology and all of that for APIs. So I think that's where a lot of the money is going to come from, is businesses being built off the back of the API and everything. So there's all that. I just kind of wanted to talk about AI. We live in a very, very interesting time. Don't give AI any personal data. That's the big thing. Don't give AI any personal data. One other instance that was really interesting that I saw is 4.0 can actually translate in real time. Y'all should go check out the announcement video and everything, but you can have it after you speak, it will translate to whatever language. And then when you can have the other speaker, it's like, oh, this person is going to speak in Japanese, and they will speak, and then it will translate it back in real time into English or whatever language that you're wanting to communicate in. So that is so cool. It could be used in a lot of very interesting ways. So I'm excited. Amy doesn't like, AI stuff as much. She feels like it's, Running Man, dystopian future and everything. I'm excited though, because I literally use AI every day. That's no joke. And I have, I feel like the bell curve of using AI is, you think it can do everything, and then you get really disappointed in using AI. And then you educate yourself a little bit more, and then you start experimenting, you start using it in a new way, and then you continually learn more, and then you can see all of the things that it can actually do. But you're not as naive. You don't think that it can be the end all be all. So, as you go about, just be careful. Know that it is something that a company owns, and just think of it that way. Just like any kind of social media or anything like that, it's there to serve a master. So just be wary of that. So that's what I wanted to talk about on AI and everything. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below, what you think about AI. I know I talked a lot about it this morning, but as I get close to work, I wanted to shout out Amy's new video. She's doing She's reading 1-star reviews of her favorite books, and it is absolutely hilarious. These people's deranged takes on these books, because most of them I've also read myself, but it is absolutely hilarious. So go check it out over on her channel. It is well worth the time. It is, again, it's hilarious to see how angry and how weird people get about book reviews. It's like, if you don't like it, don't say anything. It's better to keep your mouth shut, that sort of deal. So go check that out. I'll link it on the card and all of this. That's, going to show up here in just a second. But I think y'all should go check that out. If you haven't already, go subscribe to her channel. And guys, if you have been enjoying Car Thoughts, if you've been enjoying all of this amazing content that we're producing here at the Nerd Cave, y'all should go check it out over on Patreon and support us there, because it helps us out a ton, keeps the lights and the mics on. Guys, I love y'all. I will see y'all on the stream tonight, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And go check out Amy's video. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.